She's the hottest show on the planet right now, just named Time Magazine's Person of the Year. And come December of next year, Taylor Swift will be bringing her Eras Tour to BC Place for 3 nights.
It's so good to be back in Canada.
Fans are flocking to Vancouver from all over the world, including Sarah Palmer, who's flying in from Florida with her partner and a friend. That is, if they can find a place to stay.
Vancouver was the only city we were able to get tickets to. And I knew it was going to be hard. Taylor Swift is like the Super Bowl. I knew it was going to be really difficult to get hotels.
She made contact with the Quality Inn on Granville Street downtown. For 2 nights in a standard room, she was quoted upwards of $3,700. The hotel explicitly said rates had gone up to match demand during the Taylor Swift concert dates.
And I was just like, oh my God. I could get a hotel room in their hotel this weekend for $98 a night. So that's like a 19 times increase of rates, which seems crazy. And I don't know even how that's legal.
CBC News asked the Quality Inn how they arrived at that price. Management said rates are based on availability. And when there's a big event in town, that availability goes down.
That was definitely like a shock that someone would even want to do that or charge people or take advantage of people in that way.
And it's not just that hotel either. Many only open up their rooms a year in advance. Her first show is exactly a year from now. So if you go on Expedia and look at those dates in December, you can see several rooms listed at $1,700, $1,800, even $1,900 per night. Keep scrolling even further. You'll see many are sold out altogether. The BC Greens are arguing the province needs to do something about it, saying, quote, this is further evidence of a government with no interest in protecting people from unfettered profiteering. Instead, the NDP continues to rely on the same free market structures that got us into this crisis to get us out of it. BC does have a piece of legislation called the Hotel Keepers Act, but it's largely in place to protect accommodation providers. We asked the province whether it would look at any mechanisms to prevent hotel surge pricing. Before considering changes to any laws, the government says the first step is to consult with the industry. The tourism minister telling CBC News, quote, people deserve fair prices. The province is reaching out to hotels to discuss fair pricing for major events to ensure there's appropriate balance between visitor experience and hotel sustainability for people visiting BC.
If the trajectory continues, the demand continues, hotel prices will go up. They are a function of supply and demand.
The tourism industry says Vancouver is roughly 15 years behind in terms of supply.
We need to build hotels, but we have not put the emphasis on the policy and permitting to speed up the development of hotels.
The sector has started an accommodations task force to work with the city. One city councillor admits something needs to change.
So the rates, just like rents when they go up, when we don't have enough places for people to rent somewhere to live, same with hotel rooms. So it gets much more expensive.
This fall, City Council passed a motion to look at updating zoning rules.
That was the signal that Council sent very clearly, is that we want to look at creative proposals and options. And so hopefully we'll get a report back from staff soon that gives us some really concrete updates to policy.
But in the meantime, some fans might end up relying on each other for a place to stay.
I know a lot of people on the Facebook group that I am have thrown out their homes for other Swifts coming into town. So I know that like other people in the city would take care of the people traveling in.
She adds it's disheartening to pay $175 for the concert ticket, while her accommodation will likely cost 10 times that. And there's nothing she can do about it. Tanya Fletcher, CBC News, Vancouver.